Hello friends, I've had a delivery of seeds, as you can see. I've just come over to the allotment to take a closer look at them and see what I might do with them. First one is some microgreens, broccoli, green sprouting broccoli, you can see there. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll have seen that I'm quite into growing pea shoots, which are probably one of the most popular easy to grow microgreens. I've grown a few other things in the past as microgreens, like red radish, some cabbage seedlings, I think. Yeah, red cabbage and red radish, in fact. But I'm branching out. I'm going to do a little bit more, so I'm definitely going to sow another tray of these today, probably back in my flat where it is a little bit warmer, and things like pea shoots and other seedlings are doing better just at the moment. 1st of March today, which is great, but still fairly cold. So, peas, ambassador peas, something a little bit more unusual. Plant some of those outside fairly soon, and I've also got first green shaft peas. So as well as growing pea shoots, I am going to grow some actual peas in the pod as well, because they're delicious when you eat them fresh. Straight off the pod, they're sweet, sweeter than anything you can buy. I think they lose their flavour, I read somewhere, within a few hours after picking. So there's nothing quite like growing your own. These are French beans, I think also known as yin-yang beans for obvious reasons. They've got that black and white pattern on them that looks very much like the Chinese yin-yang symbol. I just like the look of those, so I want to try growing them as well. It does say sow in April, so not quite ready yet, I don't think, but soon. And likewise, borlotti beans, haricot beans are sometimes known as. I'm still a bit confused about the names of beans. But I grew some of these, or something very like this, towards the end of last year. They did fairly well, but I think I planted them a bit late. That was probably about May, maybe even June by the time I did those. So I'm going to do these as advised again in April and see how we get on. Okay, there we go. I've just done a couple of rows of peas just there at the edge of bed number 2, right in the middle of the plot really. So should get plenty of sun. But as I said, it's still fairly cold. It's only the beginning of March, and apparently it's best to do these things in stages, and then you get crops. Well, you don't get all your crops ready at once, so you can eat them as they're ready, as they mature. So a couple of rows in now, a few more rows a bit further on in this bed in a few more weeks, in the middle of March. Just fill those in. Just slightly covering with the soil and the compost there. Patting them down, and then I'm going to get some markers just so I remember where I've put them, because I'm terrible for planting things and then forgetting about it and then planting something else in the same space, and that only leads to chaos and confusion. Hello to YouTuber Small Garden Big Dreams. Thanks very much for your comment about my seedlings that I did stand out earlier in the week when it was sunny, and I actually left them out overnight just for one night. I hadn't really intended to, I just never got time to go back to the allotment that evening before it got dark to put them inside again. So they were outside for most of a warm day and then overnight and part of the next day. I then brought them back in again to the shed, and as you can see, they are doing absolutely fine. So nothing to worry about. I brought them out today. It is a fair bit colder, and as you can see, pretty cloudy, overcast. but I'm going to give them the opportunity to enjoy the daylight more so than they would in the shed, at least while I'm over here. So I'm slowly acclimatising them, if that's the word, to the outdoors. Now, the other day when I was over here most of the day, I made myself a nice supply of these little labels, which I just use lollipop sticks. I bought a box of 1,000 of those online, and masking tape or duct tape. Just wind that round and make a little flag that you can then write on. Job's a good one, as they say. So, peas. I'm going to go, I call them ambassador peas. I wonder why they're called ambassador. Who knows? Anyway, and I will label that today, which is the 1st of the 3rd of March. And again, ambassador. Ambassador peas. Peas with ideas above their station, if you ask me, but never mind, maybe I'm not giving them their due credit. So that's my labels. I'll just go and pop these in the soil now. Outside we go again. I was feeling like it might rain quite soon. C'est la vie. Well, there's my labels. Just so I don't forget. Here are the peas. Oh, you may also remember from a previous video I just scattered some ordinary dried peas onto the soil here to see if they would grow into pea shoots. Microgreens outdoors, not much has really happened. As you can see, some of them are sprouted, but we've got no actual shoots on there yet, so I don't think that was the best idea I've ever had, but you live and learn.